Hey guys, what's going on? Geebuz here with a new video. It's been a long time, I know. I have been just not doing videos. And today's video is going to be a bit different. It's not going to be gaming related. It is going to be computer related. And it is a kind of a build vlog. This is my first ever build vlog and my first ever PC case mod. So bear with me. It is going to be a bit like that. As far as I can tell right now, because I have very little material for what I'm doing. But let's move on to the image slideshow and a few videos that I have gotten of this. So the case that we are going to be modifying today is this case right here, which is the Fractal Design Define S. And the first thing I did was remove this ugly blue LED because everything else in my setup is green and black. And the first thing I noticed is that one of the LEDs was actually a flat one and one is a regular 3mm LED. So I had to drill a hole in the flat hole for the LED. So that's what I did, and here's a test of me starting them for the first time, making sure that they work.
Oh yeah. See if the HDD one is working.
I'm stupid.
Yep, it's working. It's loading. Let's see if it starts a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, it's working. Let's put them back in. Oh, right, we need to cut off the legs and put it back into the power button. Good.
Okay, so after doing that, I put them back into the power button and I shot this picture. The light comes out as a minty green, which is actually isn't. It's actually a fresh green, just solid fucking color. Is just that the lighting is weird. I then moved on to painting these fins on both sides of this case, and I painted them green. Before I could do that, I had to remove any dust from here, and I did that using an old makeup brush that I found in a store, or if my girlfriend gave it to me. Yeah, probably. But you can find these in a store for like $5 or $6. They aren't that expensive. You don't have to get like a super expensive one. Why I use this is because the hairs are really fine. They get everything off, and they get they're very dense. And here's the end result of that. I then moved on to the inside of the case, which I'm also going to paint in the same bright green color as I had right there. And here's everything removed except for the motherboard. And here's a clean shot of how it looks with everything just stripped off. Grommets, PCI shield covers, everything. I then sanded down the insides with a sponge with some grit on it. And just a spray water gun, or bottle thing. And I then masked off the entire exterior of the case because I don't want any paint residue to get on the outside, because that is going to be really hard to take off. Here is the first coat of primer that I just had put on last night, actually. And while waiting for this to dry off, I decided to go on the side panel, in which I'm gonna have a window. And I did that with a heat gun and a wall filler spreader to remove the silence material, shock absorbing material, I don't know. I then went on to masking the entire thing, just put layers and layers of masking tape in lines. I then measured in 4 centimeters from each edge to make sure that I stay clear of any stabilizers or anything like that in lips in the case. I then traced out the entire window, making the corners a bit angled to make it a little bit of a smoother look. I then sawed it all out with a jigsaw, nice and easy. Then I went on to filing away any imperfections such as this one, and I then moved on to painting it with a matte black paint that matches the paint that was already on, just to cover up any scratches or any metal that was showing. After that, I moved on to painting the inside of the case green. Here is a shot of the first coat. After that had dried, after about an hour and a half, I put on the second coat, and here you can see it fills out really nicely. I then took off the masking tape after another hour or so when the paint had dried. And you can see the results. It doesn't look that good with nothing inside. I then put in the rubber grommets, the hard drives, the front I/O panel, and the PCI shield covers. And here's what the case would look like if nothing else was in it. just completed. And here's everything else in. The motherboard is put into place, the power supply is put into place, and some fans are put into place. And here is a shot of the cable management on the back. Like I said, this is going to be a very hasty video. And here's a shot of the cable management in the front. And here is a shot of the final thing. There's been a lot of just me talking, but I am really happy with how it turned out. Now, could I have done anything differently? Absolutely. Absolutely. I could have done so many things differently. The first thing I would have done differently is masking off a bit more carefully, because there is still some paint residue on the top of the computer and in the front, and a little bit on the back. Not so much on the bottom where it matters the least. I wouldn't mind having some residue on there, because that's just, I mean, I could live with that. But that is one of the things that I would make sure to mask it off a little bit better to not get any residue out. Like, press down on the masking tape a lot more and just let it, like, take my time. I probably spent an hour just masking it off. I could have spent another hour or 30 minutes at least just making it a little better for that. What else would I have done differently? Document a little bit better, obviously. That is something for whenever I do something like this the next time, to actually document it a little bit better. I would like to get a better shot of how the system actually looks like when it's running. I don't have a proper place to put it to show you how it actually is going to look when it's running. And it's not completely done yet. I still have some LED light strips to put in with a green light, so to make it just pop a little bit more. So that is something that is still in the making. In the future, I don't know if I'm gonna use LED strips or if I'm gonna make my own solution with just regular LED lights. So that is probably it for this video. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and like I said, I know it has been a really long time since I did a video last time. I just haven't had anything to do and make a video about, and that's it. So thank you guys for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike. If you have any questions for me regarding this mod or anything like that, I'm not an expert, so I may not be able to answer everything, but I will answer as good as I can. Post them down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.